We're live. So we got a surprise guest here today, the one and only intern Joe.
I was going to raise my hand as a joke.
How's it going, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Just That's all you got?
Yep.
That's all you got. And we got Porter. How's it going, man?
Good. How you doing?
Okay, I'm so sorry. How do you pronounce your last name?
Houk.
Okay, I've had it right. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
I really struggle. You would think as an announcer and a podcaster, like I'd have the names down better, but I've butchered some names. Like
good.
I've epically butchered some names, and I've done it over the microphone. And I've had people come up to me halfway through a series, and like, by the way, that's not how you say my name. Like, I'm sorry. So if anyone is actually out there and I'm announcing at a race and I'm totally butchering your name, just come up and talk to me. I want to get it right. Who was the one kid, and they literally trained me in it. What was it? It'll come to me later, because it was pretty bad. So I'm getting better. But Russian names
Throw you off a
are
little bit.
tough.
Yeah.
Like Magomedov Sharapov. Like that took a minute. Like, okay. Got to practice this in the mirror.
Right. I'm getting better the same way at the gate. There's a bunch of the riders that I've started recognizing their names, and when I talk to them up there, I have to ask them how I pronounce their name, and they say the same thing. Man, it's good stuff.
But at least you, in your job, you can just kind of you point.
Right.
You.
Yeah, for the most part, I'm just talking to helmets. Yeah, they don't really understand what I'm talking about.
You can just kind of point and get away with it.
Right.
So for those who don't know Porter is, a lot of people have been joking you're the fastest starter in the Northwest.
I don't really know what that means.
Well, there's the fastest gun in the West. You're the fastest starter in the West, dude. I remember. We got to go back to the beginning. So you're the starter for the Riverdale series.
Yes, sir.
And you came in, and I don't remember exactly how we got to that point, but you came in, and I was kind of talking to you about. I remember it was it the one after we ran late into the dark? Because we had a talk about I don't ever want to run to dark again. Like we got to make sure this is quick.
Right.
You took that to heart.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and just making sure we get through the motos and not taking breaks and stuff, and just just trying to keep them going. And we have a deadline to get done by 5 or before dark, and
Yeah, you took that to heart, and dude, you were on it. Like I've seen a lot of different gate guys in my years, and it's a pretty wide variety. Like some people are a little more into it. Some are just they look like they're about to fall asleep. They do the little circle, walk over, and hit the gate. Actually, one of my favorites was Rick Miranda, because he would mess with people. He was funny. He would run and pause with his foot over there, so everyone's stuttering and waiting for a couple seconds, and then he'd hit it. But every time you thought you had his whole system figured out,
Right.
he would change it. So sometimes he'd give a couple second delay, and everyone's just waiting to go, and then he drops. Other times he is quick, and sometimes he'd walk over. You never knew what you're going to get.
Okay.
It kind of drove me crazy,
Right.
but then I kind of appreciated it. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
I'm kind of curious because I've tried to be consistent as possible, and every season that I've come out so far, I just keep trying to be better at it and become more consistent with the riders. And now I'm getting a little better with understanding each class and better, and I'm just trying to get moving through them quicker.
Well, yeah, you're consistent. You're like Austin Faulkner. You're just fast. I think you got a good system down, but it's just funny if you were to go race, let's say PIR and then Riverdale, it is a different dynamic.
Absolutely.
But a lot of people, dude, talk about you you're having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's people who've been doing this and they're just kind of meh. I don't know if they've just been doing it too long.
Right.
You can tell they're not into it. But you seem like you love dirt bikes, dude.
I do. I love it. I've been lucky enough to be around them my whole life. My dad was put me on a Z50 when I was a young kid, and ever since then, I've never stopped loving it.
So you've been riding for a while then, or at least interested in bikes.
Yeah, I've never been racing like you guys or anything like that as much, but I was my old man wrenched my whole life, and he owns a shop, so he put me on a dirt bike when I was on the tank before I could reach the pegs, and then he ride me around, and then I started riding, and I went from a 50 to an 80, and I rode 80s for a while, and got on big bikes and rode those for a while. I just never had the chance to get on the tracks as much, so it just wasn't in the cards for my family. So
have you ever really raced, or just mostly
not
just play
competitively,
ride?
not really, just mostly trails and just riding a lot of Yeah.
I've seen you in a pit bike race. Though.
You have seen me race. I raced a couple of pit bike races. I did race PIR and I raced a few other ones, pit bike races. I just love racing anything in general. It's not just bikes. I'm a gearhead. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I just like going fast. So if it's cars, bikes, whatever, I'm all about getting after it. Yeah.
So other than the pit bike race, have you ever really done much or?
Not really, not competitively, man. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, when I started getting into the age bracket, I guess, where I could have started doing it on my own, I went into the military and stuff, so I stopped that and, went on to do that kind of stuff. And now I'm out and doing my family first thing with my kids and all that stuff, so trying to make sure that I put my kids on first. Right now I have 3 kids, and I'm just trying to get them on 2 wheels and make sure they're all going first before me, and I want them to enjoy it. That's more fun for me.
Gotcha. So how many kids you got?
I have 3.
3 kids?
Yeah.
That's 3 more than me.
For me, man, it's the best thing in the world. I wouldn't trade it for a second.
Ask him how many he has.
Hashtag 4 bleeders.
Turn your mic back off. Oh yeah, he has 4 girls.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Awesome.
a headache.
That's-
So you're over there stressed out. I think it's great. I mean, I don't know. I have 3 kids myself, and I have twin daughters, so I get it.
Do you know what I have?
Lots of dirt bikes.
So I have a lot of dirt bikes, mostly pit bikes.
That's awesome.
I'm currently, as of today, at 18 pit bikes.
Man.
But the only living thing I really have to keep tabs on is I have a plant. One plant named Charlie. I got some little plants, but I got one main plant. It's like this 7-foot tall tobacco plant.
Nice.
Named Charlie. We talk. I try to remember to water him. I don't always do the best job of it. And he's pretty well convinced me I should never be in charge of a day-to-day watching over another living being. Like
the heartbeat, yeah, absolutely.
Like a fish would be a stretch for me, man. A cat, I love cats. I really want one of those naked, hairless cats. What are they called? Sphinx?
Yep. My wife wants one of those really bad. They're ugly.
Cat.
Yeah.
No, they're a little ugly, but they're kind of cool. They're really chill.
Yeah.
But they're also $1,500.
Right.
So, and then I would probably
still
forget
cheaper
about
than
it.
a kid, though. I'm telling you.
Still cheaper than a kid, but
Yep.
yeah, I'm not going to have a kid either. So
Yeah.
it's just, I think it's just not in the cards for me. So I actually have a level of respect for you guys to have a kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 girls.
Right.
Are they all teenagers now?
Yeah.
They're
2 13s, 2 15s.
Intern Joe has 2 13-year-olds and 2 15-year-old girls.
It's as great as it sounds.
And a wife.
Yep.
That's a lot of estrogen in one house.
Yep. That's why I'm here.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry, Jamie. Jamie is the other half of the U of MX and intern Joe's better half?
No.
Worse half? Ooh. Ooh.
The woman's always the better half.
Okay, good save. I was like, I don't know how to save you from this one, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know how to save you from this one. So, how do we get onto kids? Let's move past kids. They stress me out.
Yeah.
They're like super cute, and I like high-fiving them, and I like watching them race and stuff. But like if I was to Charla had me watch her daughter at PIR last year. She had to run off and help Wyatt, who was her son, race in the 50 class. And her daughter, who's like 5, she left me in charge of her for a little bit. I'm like, what do I do? So I was walking around with her, which everyone was like weirded out. I'm walking with a kid, holding her hand, and like I'm sweating. Like, what if I lose it? What if there's like tigers that you're gonna eat her? I don't like. I'm in charge of this little human being. I don't really know what to do. So I bought her candy and ice cream.
You killed it, probably. She loved you.
Oh yeah, she was
absolutely.
She was
candy and ice cream can't go wrong with kids, man.
I've never fully figured out why she likes me, but she actually really likes me. Little Reese.
No.
Like I was announcing at Spokane, and so the Spokane tower that overlooks the track it's not very big. It's very small, and you have to go up this big spiral like staircase to get to the top.
Yeah.
It's very lonely to announce something. You feel like you're in a watchtower at a prison or something. It's really weird.
Right.
It's literally actually like a prison watchtower. And so I'm up there announcing, doing my thing. I've been by myself for kind of hours up there, and out of nowhere, somebody grabs my hand. I freak out for half a second, like, what the? And it's her. She wanted to come see me, and had gone up this giant spiral staircase and came up and just held my hand. Didn't say anything. Just kind of watched the races with me, hold my hand. I was sweating bullets. I didn't know what to do, but
That's what kids do, man. They'll take that odd moment and they'll just step out and make you feel something that you weren't expecting, man. That's what kids do.
super cute. She brought her cat with her.
I've
Not a
seen her.
real
I've
cat,
seen her
it's a stuffed
graphics on
cat.
her bike, her PW down there at the gate, and I saw it. I said, "Did you just do that?" She goes, "Yeah." I was like, "That's awesome."
The T-Rexes and
Yep.
what do we got? We got a couple dinosaurs, some cats on there.
It's so cool,
Yeah,
man.
pretty
I actually have a
savage.
buddy of mine that was asking me if he could talk to you about SpongeBob. He's like, "My kid's into SpongeBob and Paw Patrol. He wants graphics for that." And I was like, "Well, I'll talk to him."
Probably make it happen,
Right?
Could probably make it happen. We do a wide variety of graphics here.
Nice.
I've got some weird requests though, like you. Oh man,
I
I've
seen
gotten
them.
some really weird requests.
I seen some cool ones, man. I see it all over the place on a lot of bikes. It's awesome, man. There's great
Actually,
bikes.
fun story. I don't think he rides anymore, so I feel like I can say this. A guy came in to my shop, and he wanted me to make graphics for a CR500. I've never done graphics for him before, and he's like, "Okay, I want it like black." He wanted a big beer logo on there. I was like, "Yeah, we're starting to kind of go like, I don't know." And then he's like, "And can you do photos?" Like, I can put photos on there. He whips out a 4x6 like photo, like he went and got this developed, slapped it down of his wife topless,
Oh,
and I'm like, no. First off, do you have her permission? Second, is that really your wife? Third, where did you go and develop that? And why are you just putting this on my desk? Dude, I don't. He's like, no, dude, I'm proud of my bike and I'm proud of my wife. I want to rock them together. It's gonna be the sickest looking CR500 at the dunes. I didn't even really know what to say, and I was like, and the photo is like 12 inches away from my face. You know, it's just like right there, and I'm trying not to look at it, and it's okay. Can you just take it over there? Like, I can't do that, man, because I have a feeling your wife is gonna come beat my ass. Like,
could even be like an X.
yeah, that's the other thing. What if it was an X? I
Right.
don't know.
It's a hard
Not
one to
doing
be in. Yep.
Not doing it. I'd rather. So if you want graphics on your pit bike porter,
Okay.
please don't bring me a photo like
No
that.
new photos. All right, I'll
Yeah.
keep that. I'll keep
Especially if they're of you.
Keep it PG-13.
I can work with PG-13.
All right.
That's the whole podcast is PG-13.
Perfect.
So anyways, back to racing though. So yeah, we brought you on, dude, and had you do some starting, and man, you seem to like it though.
Yeah, I do.
You
love
have fun?
it. I do, man. I really appreciate it. It's a good time.
What about it is fun to you? Because
All of it.
it's
I mean,
kind of high stress. Well,
Yeah.
working at a track, a lot of people who've never done it don't realize it's kind of high stress. It's like
Right.
herding kittens all day long.
100%.
Is that accurate?
Absolutely, yeah. And then, no disrespect to the riders. I mean, I get that they're all trying to get to the gate and they're trying to do their motos and do their things and their own stuff. But and they get up there, sometimes staging and stuff, and everybody's got their helmets on and their bikes are running. It's hard to talk to people and get them to the right gate and explain where they're supposed to be and everything. And people get upset and want things dealt with immediately, and they want me to talk to you, or they want me to talk to a medic or somebody quickly, and they want answers, and it's hard sometimes. And we're just trying, like you said, I'm just trying to get through the motos and get everybody set and off the gate as best I can. And it doesn't always work out like I am, but I've been lucky enough to run into a bunch of people at different events. I'm just walking around it from Riverdale, and they said that, they appreciate everything that goes into working the gate, and they understand it's stressful sometimes. So that's always made it a little easier. I thought I was upsetting a lot of people, a lot more people than I am.
Well,
so.
it's always going to happen, but you've worked with us, and I know this about you too. Like, we're doing what we can 24/7.
Definitely.
Well, not 24, but like when we're there, like we're doing what we can for the riders. And sometimes you have to stick to the rules. The rules are the rules, and it's a fast-paced day. You got to keep the track going. You got to keep it flowing. And not everyone gets that. They get caught up in the moment, and they get caught up on what their immediate worry or stress is. But I think you've done a solid job, man.
Thanks, man.
And your enthusiasm shows, especially when you're in that, was it a cactus outfit?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. We couldn't all figure out what it was.
I think it was like a cowboy cactus.
Yeah, it was like Cactus Jack or something like that. I think it was. You called me like the night before. You said, "Hey man, if you can grab a costume," I was like, "All right." I went and found one, and yeah, I think I still have it in my closet.
Dude, there's so many good photos of you in that thing. But like,
That's awesome.
when people get photos of you, dude, you look like you're having fun.
I am,
And it's one thing that bugs me. I mean, you've been going to a few other tracks now, right? Like,
Yeah, I have.
not everybody
No.
that works at a track has the enthusiasm, And I think that's kind of missing. I know this sport can definitely burn you out it'll chew you up and you'll spit you out. If you work in it, it's not always easy. But I don't want to be one of those people. And I almost became one myself, and I almost quit motocross altogether. And I found like ways to kind of hack myself to have more fun. And one thing is I ride my own events.
Right.
Even if I get last, even if I hit a tree like I did that last time, even if I like completely, I don't know if you saw me flip over the bars.
I didn't see you go over the bars.
I'm like, I feel like an idiot right in front of everyone, and I'm like on my face. But that for me, that helps me have fun with it, because I don't want to be one of those guys. And I like, like Charla in the office, she's having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm like, go ahead and like, have a little fun. Bring out some donuts, wear your beaver costume, and have some fun, dude. You can tell like you're having a good time at the track, and I like that enthusiasm. I like the atmosphere, and I think we kind of work well together because of all that. And I like that, Cool. And I like our crew.
Yeah.
But you can tell you're having a good time, and it wasn't just like 1 or 2 rounds. You're still having a good time.
Oh, every time.
I think,
in the snow, rain, doesn't matter. That's why my buddies and I are pretty tight, and we love this stuff regardless. We're out there in the rain and snow, even at home, doing our private places. So being out there at Riverdale is our home away from home. That's what we always say, all my buddies and I, regardless if we're just standing out there in the mud, just watching the bikes. We love it. So, yeah, that's a good time no matter what we're doing, as long as I'm out there watching everybody go. And I like seeing all the new riders, and the kids are my favorite. Watching the little mini bikes rip all the full track in the mud and the different weather that we've been out there, and that's the coolest thing ever. I'm just a big kid fan, man, and I watch the little guys is super awesome.
Are those like your favorite races?
The 50s and the 65s are my favorite, just because they're riding the same track that all the big bikes are riding, in the same conditions and the same ruts, and they're going out there with half the skill set or even a quarter of the skill set, and they're getting it done, and they're
on
awesome.
Little tiny bikes,
on
little
bikes.
tiny wheels.
Yeah, and I've done it on the 10-inch wheels, and I know how difficult it is to be a big guy.
You raced a
let
50
alone
in the pit
I
bike class.
did, and it wasn't like it just to watch the little guys. It's just a lot of effort, and I think that's cool. That's really neat for me.
Yeah, I forgot you had a little 10-inch bike in the pit bike class.
I did once or twice.
You crashed a few times.
That was actually somebody else's pit bike. I actually blew the chain off my pit bike at the gate, and they had all went down, and somebody handed me their pit bike, and I took off, and I actually almost dumped it halfway down the freeway because I had never ridden that pit bike before, and I stepped on it, grabbed next gear, and it stood up pretty good. Had a little 88 kit in it, and I think I had fun that one. That was a good one.
You stood it up with the 88 kit.
It stood straight up when I grabbed the gears. I was a little too tall for a little pit bike, man, and I wasn't sitting on it.
I'm definitely not letting you ride my full mod.
I straightened it out and kept going. That's the one I got third on.
I'm building my main race bike is a 190.
Nice.
So if you're 88,
I'll ride anything.
I maybe won't let you ride the 190.
I'll ride anything anytime, man. I like being on any bikes. I just like having fun, man. And like I said, my buddy and I, we ride 110s all the time, and we ride out in the woods a lot. I've never run anything competitive, but I like to eventually, and I'm getting to the point now where I can. So, we'll see. You're going to see us here soon.
So I got a question for you then.
Yes, sir.
Joe, I know we're talking pit bikes. Don't turn off my mic.
Sorry.
So we're going to have a pit bike national again this year.
Okay.
Are you going to come out and race?
I would love to, yeah. If I can get my own pit bike, I will definitely do it.
Are you going to come start it with us?
I'll be happy to, yeah.
Although I will say we did have a couple good starters last year. I'll actually show you. I can't really show everyone else, but I'll show you, Porter. Just give me a minute here. But we are going to do the Pit Bike National again at Riverdale, and I think it would be a lot of fun if you came out with us and raced and maybe did some starts. Dude, the Pit Bike National is a blast because it's just a couple notches more laid back than regular moto.
Okay.
That'd
be awesome.
You can only take racing so serious when you're out on a kid bike. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And that's what I love about just in riding. I'm trying not to be too serious about any of it anymore. I just like riding in general. And 35, man, I'm not trying to win anything. I just love being on a bike, and everything else goes away when I get on a bike. So that's what I love.
So while I look for this, favorite bike that you've ridden? The one that you had most fun on?
I had a buddy that had a CR500 that I really liked, and older. It was an 83, and I really liked it a lot. But I like anything two-stroke. Two-stroke's my gig.
Okay, I think I found. So these were our starters for the pit bike race. So if we can get you in maybe one of these outfits,
I probably wouldn't look as good, man.
like
they probably wouldn't like me as much in Daisy Dukes.
Dude, I could see you in some Daisy Dukes, man. You could rock it. I mean, I saw you as a cactus. You could go in
Right.
some Daisy Dukes. I was going to go in a full green leotard outfit for the final race at Riverdale, but
Nice.
Charlotte and a few other people told me
Probably not.
you should really, really not
Do the whole
that.
shot with that on. That'd been good.
That would have been rad.
Right?
But I was told by multiple people that you just don't. Oh, hey, there's a picture of me
Oh, there's
taking
a good one.
out someone. And
Yeah.
oh, and there's I'm going to drop this link for people later. Pictures from the Mini Bike National, or you can just go to resilientrosephotography.com. She got a bunch of good photos from the 2018 Pit Bike National, and it was a good time. I enjoy a little more laid back atmosphere. Have you done any off-road races?
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
Were they
We-
like works races?
Nothing
or
like nothing. It was
GP?
GP. It was more just off road, just GP racing. Yeah.
I like the GP guys. They're a little more laid back than Moto. I think they have more fun.
Right.
Or you want to have a good time, go to like a small time redneck off-road race. Dude, I did
Like
that
Gambler
once.
500 stuff. Yeah, like that's good stuff.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
Like I went to this one, I'm not going to name the name, but I went out there and like, where are we? First off, I'm going through like cornfields.
Yeah.
Like, is this Kansas? Where are we? And I ended up in this little spot in the middle of nowhere. People all around, camping in tents,
Yep.
whatever. And we get ready to race, and people are drinking beers.
Yeah.
Like, it's 10 in the morning, guys.
Absolutely.
They don't care.
No.
They're just there to have fun. I'm like, we have like a 2-hour GP. That's not good for your cardio. They don't care. I do not condone that, but I kind of can appreciate the attitude.
It's a good time, man. I've done a few of those. I've actually done a Barbie Jeep downhill race before for that gig. I've done a bunch of that stuff, and it's a good time, man. Like if you're all about getting out there and just forgetting about all the glitz and glamour, and you just want to go out and have a good time, those are the best times, in my opinion. Out in the woods are the best places to be.
They just have more fun, and
Yeah.
I like that atmosphere, and so I like doing events where I can bring in that atmosphere or just go have some fun
Right.
in it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. All my buddies and I, we are all about that kind of stuff and being out in the woods, and that's what draws us to Riverdale. I mean, once you started having me out there, I couldn't wait to get all my buddies out there because and now we all love that place. It's the same atmosphere.
Now, let's see. You've done 2 seasons with us.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you started 2017, right?
I think so. Yeah.
You have any interest in doing other events?
Yeah, if you have me. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, whatever.
Well, I
I'd
mean,
love to.
just
I'd
in
love to.
general,
I
mean-
want to. I appreciate you having me out, and I'd love to be part of any of it. Yeah, it's the best time ever. I love just being out there, man, and seeing all the folks just have a good time and watching them go. You know, it's cool meeting and watching people, even if I don't personally know them. Just you get to know names and stuff like that. Watching people go, and you watch them kind of grow and do different things. It's cool to watch.
I think we definitely need to talk about the Dirty Pickle then too. Have you heard about
I
the Dirty
haven't.
Pickle?
No, I mean I've heard a little bit, but not too much.
So I'm going to be running a 3-round off-road series,
Okay.
and we named it the Dirty Pickle. Not by my choice. That was who picked that?
Douglas Hall.
Doug All. Thank you. Douglas All picked the name, and I was like, no. And then a kid who used to work for me, I said I'd put up $1,000 pro purse. A kid who used to work for me, Jesse Handcuff, said, I'll double that. So he'll put in another 1,000 if you name it the Dirty Pickle. So looks like we're naming it the Dirty Pickle.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. That's a good purse.
We're still, not bad, right?
Yeah.
We're still figuring out the exact dates. If all the promoters or track owners that I've reached out to would maybe want to email me back this week so we can nail down those dates. But it's going to be fun. We're going to have a pickle pit.
Dude.
We're going to get like a kiddie pool,
Okay.
and we're going to fill it full of pickles and have pickle wrestling.
This sounds like a blast.
Sounds like your kind of
it's
event,
gonna be-
right?
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Apparently, Joe's daughter thinks she's going to be the champ too.
Yep.
KK claims she's going to whoop it. We got to figure out the rules for the pickle pit though,
There you go.
because I really don't feel like we should throw her against some 300-pound man.
Right?
So I don't know if there should be a girl division or under 18. Like we might need a couple divisions. But
That's awesome.
have you ever been to a motocross race or motorcycle event where
I
there was
haven't.
pickle wrestling?
Nothing pickles. I haven't seen pickles involved in anything so far, so you're
Oh.
definitely cornering the market on that one.
Pickles don't exactly taste the best in my opinion. But whatever, let's have some fun with it. We'll
Right.
have some pickle wrestling.
Heck yeah.
So I think, see, I'm just throwing all this stuff on you. Like, hey, you should come out and do some pickle racing with us. You should do some pit
I'm all
bikes.
for it,
but
man.
I'm just about having a good time, you know?
Yeah, and that's the best time. That's all I'm all for. I just like smiling and having a good time, man, and enjoying the moment. And like everything Moto is the best time. I enjoy all of it. So, like I said, if it's rain, shine, snow, it doesn't matter. If I'm out there, it's a good time.
So what is it that draws you to the bikes? Are you just like a gearhead at heart? Just one of those guys
100%,
that,
yeah.
like, you know, if it's got rubber tires and an engine, you're all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. My old man owns a shop, and my whole life, automotive shop, and he still to this day is an independent. And I just grew up in that shop industry and life, and I love it. It's all that makes me tick. When I get anything, I just go. Motors always make me happy.
So you've just always been around that. So your dad owns an automotive shop?
Yeah, Autotech in Corvallis on 4th Street. And he's the last 30+ years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you grew up around that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you have to do a lot of late night wrenching?
No,
on cars growing up?
my dad was actually really big on I was always in the shop growing up. I was a shop boy. I was always mopping floors, cleaning, taking out garbage, do those types of things. And then, I went from that to oil changes and things like that. And, my sister's been the bookkeeper. It's a family business forever. So it's, once I stepped away from the military to go, it just kind of left the wrenching. And now it's just a family business,
So are you big into cars too?
Yeah, I love cars. My issue with cars and trucks and stuff is space. I don't have the space and kids. I have 3 kids, so finances are a little tight when it comes to car parts and truck parts. So it's a little cheaper for bikes. And genuinely, I have the best memories riding bikes with my old man and my mom and stuff. So that's why I try to spend my kids' time with bikes.
Yeah. See, I grew up. My dad. Well, he was actually into contracting, and he always wanted to work around something he loved to do. So he decided to open up a bike shop.
Nice.
So at like 11 years old, he opened up a dealership, and I was a bike shop brat. I grew up behind the counter,
Right.
Seeing the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that, of seeing your father own a business. So I can kind of had the same experience, but with 2 wheels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's funny. I'm still not good at working on bikes. I think it's because my dad was really good.
Oh.
I just never became good, and it's almost funny. It's like
that's how I
everything he was good at, I sucked at, but vice versa. My dad still, I think, types on a keyboard with 1 finger, where I'm like,
See, I can't type.
I'm not actually even going to tell people what my word per minute is, because everyone's going to be like, oh, you're a nerd. So
There's nothing wrong with that.
if you hadn't caught on with my glowing mice everywhere and my keyboards,
That's all right.
and yeah, so it's just kind of funny. We were very different. So I was kind of curious, like, if you picked up a lot of the stuff that your dad did, or if you guys were different.
No, I mean, we were a lot alike. Like I said, if I wouldn't have went towards the military, I definitely would have stayed in the industry of probably would have been staying with my family business and dealt with that. Just different cards. And so now it's just kind of at the point where, yeah, I love being around mechanics. My old man, he loves his industry so much, but he did it for so long, he kind of got burned out on it, and that's something that once you it's just you get burned out, you don't want to do any of those projects anymore and all that stuff, and that's something that he didn't want for me. I love working on stuff. Like, it's still a passion for me. It's still something that when I'm stressed out, I can go out to my garage and wrench on a bike or any of my projects that I have going on, and that makes my world tick, versus not wanting to do it because I've been doing it all day or whatever else. So,
Totally get that.
yeah.
Totally get that. And that's unfortunate what's killed a lot of people who, got into, like, how do I say this? Like, the industry, the motorcycle industry. They've been riding their whole life, and this happened to my dad. They love riding, they love racing, so it's like it would be a dream come true to get into the industry. But then it's your life, and you're working in it, and after a few years, like, it's not fun anymore.
Right.
And they don't really want to ride. You'll notice a lot of people who get into it and, like, open up motorcycle shops, they just quit riding. Look at intern Joe. He doesn't even own a dirt bike anymore. And
That sucks, man.
Yeah,
It does suck. I mean,
No,
for
I
somebody
do.
myself, I don't know.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait.
yeah,
Did you say I don't own? I own.
you do not own a bike that is in your
I
garage
have
that
2
you
of
can
them.
ride.
I have one in the garage, but it's not rideable.
Wait, what's in your garage?
I have a few in the garage. I got the 17 YZ 450. I got an 83
You still have that 450?
125 and a 06 CRF.
So you have no excuse why you can't come race with us. So
It's
we've
in
been trying
pieces.
to get
It's in pieces.
fix it. I know a mechanic.
Oh yeah.
It's sitting right here. Joe, we've been trying to get Joe to a race, and he's been really good at coming up with excuses.
I'm really good at it.
Hey,
He,
I got kids.
There you go. That's a really good excuse.
That's how I have excuses too.
It's real life, man.
Oh, sorry guys. We're
'Cause
trying
I
to get the
said
video
so, it's my
back.
favorite.
There you go.
Trying to get the video back. Hang on. Oh, what happened to our video? Sorry guys. We will try to fix this in just a moment. I think you can still hear us. I don't know what happened to the video. Okay, guys, we got to pause this real quick. We'll be back in just a moment, but looks like the gremlins came in and attacked our video camera. We'll be back in just a second. We're gonna try the classic reboot the system and see if that fixes it.